Today, I want to talk about the art of practice. I don't know what the current title of this video is going to be. I'll probably change it, but you get the idea. Bruce Lee had a quote, and that quote was that, "I fear not the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times." Do you remember like when you were a kid and you wanted to play sport or something, you'd practice and practice and practice. Maybe it was soccer, you'd practice kicking the ball, or when you got that new bike, you practice how to do a wheelie, or even video games, like you'd lose the level as a kid and you'd replay it and replay it and replay it. And yeah, you might not realise, but that was practicing. As we've gotten older, I don't know if it's just, I don't even want to say the younger generation, because even my generation struggle with it as well. People seem to have these really short attention spans. Social media's kind of cooked our brains. Everything's like instant gratification, and we're only seeing the best of people's lives on Reels, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. And it's all bullshit, it's all lies. It's really proper cooked our brains. But if you stick around, I'm going to show you just how powerful the art of practice can really be in your life. Now today, we've got some Battlefield 6 playing in the background. I think I'm a pretty average player. And that's probably because I don't practice playing video games anymore. I've got more important things to spend my time on. But nonetheless, please do enjoy that footage in the background while we talk on this. So let's explore the main areas of practice and whereabouts it can help you improve and upskill in your life. First up, we're going to talk about creatively what practice can do for you when you have a creative endeavor or something you're trying to build and grow in your life. From there, I want to talk about what it can do for you financially. And you might think, how's practice going to help me financially? But you'll see, don't worry, you'll see. And my last point will be socially and what it can do for you in relationships, the workplace, and things like that. So let's dive in. Let's go creatively first up. If you have some type of creative idea, something you're sitting on, you're thinking of late at night while you're laying in bed, or it might even be a side hustle. It could be something like, I don't know, like even this YouTube channel of mine, or you might even have a physical business, like a side hustle that you're trying to build. You need to treat it like a 9-to-5 job. Now, obviously, when you're working full time, you can't just go and dump 8 hours a day into this idea or this thing or this creative endeavor that you have. But you need to try and set aside at least an hour, maybe even 2 hours if you can a day, and create systems. You know, so like let's even discuss the way I do this YouTube channel. I know I've got my system where I need to record my gameplay, I need to write the script for the thing that I'm trying to talk about. Then I've got to go and record the voiceover. I've got to open editing software, edit everything, put things up on the screen. I've got to think about thumbnails and titles. And I have a system in place where, you know, I spend an hour a day and I do these little bits and pieces over and over and over again. And the thing is that if you only rely on doing things when you're motivated, nothing is going to get done. It must be practice, practice, practice. Because you're going to get nowhere if you go off only working when you're motivated and have these big bursts of energy. As always, guys, if you're getting anything out of this video, please do feel free to like, subscribe, comment down below. What are you working on building right now? I really want to talk to you guys about this. Don't seek instant gratification. Now, I'm going to talk about even my own YouTube journey with this channel. It's been slow. I've got videos that have had thousands of views, then I've got videos that have 10 views. The key is to not base all of this and your reason off the instant gratification and likes, but instead do this for the skill itself. Be happy that you've learnt a better editing technique than in the last video, or be proud that you consistently uploaded every week for 6 months. And eventually, when the time is right, all these things are going to come together and you will gain traction. And whether it's YouTube or a side hustle, if you keep putting content out there and keep putting these ideas into the universe and practice, you know, even if it's a business and I don't know, you build, I don't know, let's say you build chopping boards as a side business. Obviously, your 10th board's going to be better than the first one, and so on. And these things will gain traction. People will take more interest. For instance, this dude, Josh Waltz, I'll throw his stuff up here on the screen. Dude's been around, we probably started around the same time, but he has been consistent. He's out here, he is killing it. And it's been wild just to see him practice and improve in the way he speaks, the things he talks on. And it's literally, I've watched this dude over the last 6 months and how he's grown. And it just proves the point that if you practice enough, things get better and things grow and prosper. Now let's go into our next area, financially. You must first practice and learn how to control and grow your own finances. Now this is going to include creating a budget. It's going to take time, you know. You need to become disciplined in sticking to it and refining it as your life changes. You know, the things that you spend your money on are going to change. And at the start, you're not going to get it right every week, you know. You're going to blow your money until you learn to figure out how to stick to the budget. Then from there, you're going to learn how to pay down your debts. You're going to use the extra money that you've got from using that budget, and you're going to live frugally. I remember when me and my wife, we were starting out, we didn't make a whole lot of money like we do now, but we still made sure every single time we got paid, we put even a small amount away every single pay week. And that discipline really went on so that when you get the bigger paychecks and you start to climb the career ladder, you can save easily still, because you know you've got the practice in of, all right, we need to put money away. And of course this applies to investing. Like anything, when you start out, you're going to make mistakes. Any hobby, anything that you do, don't be afraid to not be perfect at it. You need to not be afraid to fail, and you just keep repeating and repeating. I made mistakes and lost money when I started to invest, but the longer you've got skin in the game and the more that you learn about, you know, how to grow wealth and what do these stocks do and what are ETFs and this and that, if you keep showing up every single paycheck and you keep on investing, eventually you're going to get it right, and you're going to again build a system so that you just every single time you just keep doing this, and it snowballs and it compounds and it grows. It's going to bring us on to our next point, which is socially. Making friends in your late 20s and 30s, if you're not already there, you're going to realize that shit is difficult. You're going to need to, it's not like, you remember when you were a kid and you played with a toy and the kid next to you played with the toy that was the same, and all of a sudden, oh yay, that's not how it works as you get older. People have less and less time for each other. But I still think you should practice small talk with strangers. I'm not saying like talk to the homeless dude at the bus stop, but if you, let's say you're at the convenience store, you buy a bottle of milk, ask that person behind the counter, hey, how's your day been? You know, busy? You know, practice on this small talk. Smile at people when they walk past. You'd be surprised what it's going to do for your confidence. It's going to build your confidence, and then from there, this shit transfers into work situations. When you got to deal with cranky people at your job, you're going to learn better ways to speak to people and how to meet new people and upsell yourself into these situations. And this even works relationship-wise. I want you to look and reflect on past relationships with women, or even just something basic like friendships. But learn to analyze these things where they fell through. Not that I've had a heap of women in my life, but every single time something's gone wrong in a relationship, later down the track, I'm able to look back on that and really reflect on, what did I do wrong? Take responsibility from my part of this. And you learn to do better next time, and then you can prosper and adjust things in the new relationships that you're going to build. So I think it's definitely true that practice really does make perfect. Even like I said, let's take this YouTube channel I'm building as an example. When I started, I had 0 subscribers. I think at the time of this, I've got about 35. It's going to continue to grow. I'm going to put out 100 videos before I even think about reflecting on, well, I should have this many subscribers, or why didn't this video get that many views? I'm not even worried about that. I'm not worried about the instant gratification of the likes and the subscribes. I want to put out 100 videos first before I reflect on any of that. And that really is the art of practice in everything that you do. Don't do it for the instant right now thing. Think about down the track. And yeah, it doesn't matter if it's fitness, if it's money, if it's upskilling yourself and your work. Just let go of the instant rewards and dive completely into the craft and see what becomes with practice.